Saskatchewan Roughriders offensive lineman, 6'4", 310, played at UBC. He's out of Windsor, signed a free agent deal with the New York Jets, returned and spent 2019 with the Roughriders under contract for 2020. He joins us today from the border town, Windsor, Ontario. Good morning, Dakoda. How are you?
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, I appreciate you spending the time with us. The most obvious question right now is, how is your off season going, and how jacked are you for this 2020 season?
It's great, man. I just spent a month in Vancouver training at UBC. I'm back training in Michigan right now. And then I'll be heading to work with offensive line, special down there, and out to camp.
Video's chopping up a little bit, but I think it'll be just fine. Dakoda, before we look ahead, talk about that 2019 season with the Saskatchewan Roughriders, your first full season with the football club. How much time do you spend thinking about it, and maybe even as fuel for 2020?
I mean, it was great, man. We got so close. It's too bad we came up short, but I think that all the guys know, that it's possible, that we can do it, and I know it. And that's my mentality going in to, just like J.O. said about a week ago, that we're going to take another shot at it. So that's what I'm looking forward to coming this season.
Well, Cody was on here not that long ago, and he said that the upright, and you were on the field for it, he thinks about it every day. That is his motivation for 2020. How much do you think about it?
I don't think about the upright as much. I just think about what we probably could have done before the last play of the game. We were down, and it's up to us to be up before. We can't leave it to one last pass, one last ditch effort to win the game. So I'm focused on, all the stuff leading up to that final play. Hopefully it's a victory formation next time around.
I think that is the exact right way to look at it. I think everybody's got to get over it. But whatever motivates guys, I'm all for it. Now, you're not around Saskatchewan in this offseason. I don't know if you're a social media guy, you read message boards. People are talking about that old line, and it's a critical part. We all know that's where it all starts. Could you talk about the unit coming back and how excited you are to?
Yeah, man, I'm super pumped. The offensive line room that we've had in the past has always been super tight knit. We hang out off the field. We get together. We have group chats. So having most of the guys come back, I'm super excited for that. I'm also really pumped on, the guys we've signed. We got Josiah. I saw him on your show about a day or two ago, and we also have that junior signing, Logan Ferlin, Regina product, actually, who's I'm really excited to see him in camp and see what he's gotten up to this offseason, because I think he's a diamond in the rough. He's a undercover talent that I'm eager to see, play this May.
That's interesting, by the way. So you're working out in Michigan doing your thing, but you're very much in tune to what's going on here. You talk about the group chats. When you're pumping iron, are you thinking about who you're going to be blocking on the field, or, what's on your mind when you're doing that?
Mostly just thinking that, there's a car stuck on top of me. I got to push it off me. I don't really think about who I'm going against. It really shouldn't matter as long as I'm sound in my technique and I know how strong I am and how much I've worked this off season. Then you could put a brick wall in front of me and I'll, run through it.
We've got some viewers chiming in. From Brady in Saskatoon, he says, the flow on Dakoda Shepley is a fashion starter. Anything special you do with your hair during game day? There's one for you.
Oh, during game day. No, actually, I've never played with it this long. The last time I had it remotely close to this long, I did a stupid thing. I was in college my last year, and I dyed it blonde for whatever reason, and it made it super coarse, so I won't be doing that again. I don't know, slick it back on game day. I just conditioned today, so I'm feeling, I had to let it
down. Well, it's funny because our producer Clark seems to have some sort of man crush on you, which is fine. Mine's Cody Fajardo, so I get it. We all got to have somebody. Too. Yeah, yours too. So, but I was telling the guys, telling Frankie Kovacs in here, former Minnesota North Star, that you, Dakoda, aren't just a lineman. You get all these Instagram followers. You've got a career outside of football. How much are you sort of pursuing outside football interests, or are you waiting for the career to really plunge into that?
Man, that's the perfect question for me right now, because I'm just starting, like you, Rod. I'm starting to lay the groundwork for my own podcast that I'm going to get started. I feel like you say, we have as athletes a lot to offer off the field, and I feel like if you don't follow me on Instagram and see that I'm playing the drums or I'm doing the movie thing or the film thing, you don't really know unless you watch a post-game press conference. That's all you really see. So I'm actually starting a podcast of my own right now that's aiming to highlight the off the field lives of high profile athletes. Network of with down to exploit those people and showcase their off the field talents.
That's outstanding. Have you figured out yet where people can view it? Is it going to be a Facebook show, Apple, iTunes? Where are you going to post?
I'm figuring all those logistics out right now. It's a tough process. Hats off to you guys for everything you got going there, because I realize how much work actually goes into it now. The thing about mine is I'm going to be traveling, because I'm not going to make people come to a studio or anything like that. I'm going to have a traveling setup. I'm going to film everything, and it'll be available on YouTube and wherever podcasts are heard. So the audio will be, on Spotify or the podcast app, and then the video will be available.
Good. Well, you've got a lot to offer, so I very much look forward to that. I know I'll be following. I'm a fan, and I barely know you, Dakoda, but there's just something about you like certain guys have. And actually, I remember you making a comment about being with the New York Jets, how even the linemen are rock stars. Can you just, I'm sure you'd probably want to save it for your podcast, but can you talk about that here on the program this morning? What it was like being in the National Football League with the Gotham Green?
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm a big visual learner, so just being around guys, veterans of the league who are so talented, was huge for me in my development as a player. I learned so much just from being in the locker room, being in the film room with those guys, and taking pointers and tips on and off the field. It was great to make friends. Down south, I have places to stay whenever I'm in New Jersey or Florida, or you name it. I probably know someone that's there. So it's great for my network, and it was great for my development as a player, and I'm taking full advantage of that and trying to apply it here in the CFL this coming season.
You know what? I also know from what I've heard from my sources with the club that the NFL is still in your future again. I mean, when you went from UBC to New York, everybody know it was a gargantuan leap, but you had the talent to do it. So there's, I could see you going back there. What was that like, making that change from Canadian University ball to the National Football League and staying as long as you did?
Yeah, it's certainly, I think it's the biggest jump you can make, other than being with the junior club and going straight to the NFL. It was quite a a reality check, that I'm in the NFL now, and I got to learn in 4 or 5, whatever it was, a month and a half, how to play American football and perform at a high level. Like I said, it was great to have those veterans to lean on. Came up short, but I mean, that's the way life goes, and I'm happy where I'm at now. I think I'm right where I need to be in Saskatchewan.
Good to hear. And we had a viewer from Ottawa wanted to know the difference from going a yard off the ball to no neutral zone and then back. How much of an adjustment is that for a guy like you?
I mean, at guard, I'm a little luckier because I can set back from the center. But I mean, it still makes a difference. You got to get your hands on them right away. In the Canadian game, especially in university, I'm taught patience. Patience is key. You want to wait for that perfect strike zone, get your hands on the guy when he's not ready for it. And in the NFL, it's the first touch wins. Your biggest enemies are space and time. So you want to eliminate those two as quick as possible. So, the learning to get to the NFL and then the unlearning to come back to the CFL, that's a little bit of a change, but I mean, it's nothing I can't handle and haven't handled, I feel, last season. So, it's a change, but one I'm all right with dealing with.
Well, you've got the talent to do it, but is it stressful in a way? Because coaches don't wait and D linemen don't wait. Is there a little mental stress on that?
I mean, yeah, there's there's always pressure to perform. But like I said earlier, if I'm confident in my technique and I know that I put the work in the off season, in the gym, in the playbook, and I feel prepared in myself, it doesn't really matter who's going across from me, if they're a yard off, if they're in my face. I think I'm ready to deal with it just based off my preparation.
Well, Dakoda, continued success. You know, we're following closely. You got it all, man. It's fun for me to watch from the outside, so keep it rolling. And for those that don't yet follow you on Instagram, where can they follow you?
It's at official Coda, just like it sounds, Koda. And I'm Savage Shepley on Twitter. So you can find anything coming up about the podcast or, updates on my life, whatever.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate the time, and we'll let you get back to that sauna thing that you got going on down there.
Yeah, no, it's my own personal shrine. I got the UBC jersey up here with the helmet, so
I love it. Never forgetting where he came from. All right, Shep, keep in touch. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks so much.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.